Greetings, everyone, and welcome to Randomly Relaxing. Today we have a fruity refrigerated beverage to keep us hydrated. This is by Antioxidant Infusion. This stuff comes in quite a few flavors, and it's like a, like a low calorie. Drink 10 calories per serving. The sweeteners are erythritol, and I think there's coffee fruit and stevia extract. This one is cherry. It tastes like cherry candy. It's pretty crazy. I mean, basically it's Kool-Aid. The other one I like really well is peach, which tastes, actually they both taste like Jello, like cherry Jello and peach Jello. So if you like those flavors, go get those. Alright, so today I want to show you guys, by the way, welcome to my channel. If you're wondering why I'm speaking kind of hush tones, this is from my prior video, which I just recorded right before this. This is an ASMR channel, which means I'm going to try to be relaxing and put you to sleep. And if that works, then I've succeeded in my goal. But if you don't want to relax, actually one of the things I was going to say about this channel is a lot of the videos you see on like the topics that I want to do, like politics and finance, entertainment stuff, like a lot of the channels about those things, and really all the channels in general on YouTube, which I think I can maybe they're like really what's the word, they're amped up, like the people who are doing them are kind of shouting at you. Oh, let me tell you guys this: if you don't have kids, you may not know who this person is, but there's this person called Rebecca Zamolo, and she is a she's a YouTube star. She has like many millions of followers, and that channel, which I only know about because like my child, who is 4, like watches those videos, and her older sister does too, but and it's like, it's the weirdest, like, you're just like, how can anybody watch this? It's basically like that, Rebecca Zamolo is like an actress, and it's like her family, they're making these videos. Usually it's like, I don't know, they're like on some kind of adventure, like in their house, and they're kind of running around, and there's like some bad guy who's chasing them, or they have some like, kind of puzzle to solve or something like that. But they're very like in your face, and they're all their lines are like screaming. It's like the worst, just exaggerated. I guess I'm trying to not be like snarky and negative on this channel, but I have to be sometimes a little bit. But they're just like, oh my god, oh, we have to go this, oh, we have to do that, oh, this guy's chasing me, they just like, sort of speak out what is supposed to be happening, and it's all like in your face, and like the camera is like zooming in on crap, and like zooming, like panning really fast, and it's like, I totally get that like the human brain somehow is wired. Gotta get something to cut that. I didn't realize this is well, anyways, I'll finish my story, but the human brain is like wired to like really love that stuff. That's why kids, I think, are super attracted to it. There's these other guys, if you have kids, maybe you know them. Oh, what's it called? Lanky Box is these like 2 kids. They're like, I don't know, like early 20s, and oh my god, they're just like spazzes. They're total spazzes. And they play video games, and they just spaz, and they spaz, and they spaz, and they spaz. And my daughter just eats that stuff up, you guys. and it drives me insane. And you know, I get like, I get what's going on there, right? These people, and you know, Lankybox has probably like 20 million subscribers, and you know, I mean, they know what they're doing, folks. The human brain is wired to love that kind of crap. If you sort of don't, like, I don't know, pay attention, like, you just be drawn to that if you're a kid, I think. So, you know, all these videos have like 50 million views, just insanity. So I'm trying to bring some of the kinds of content out there that has a lot of like spazzy YouTubers into a much more calm and relaxing place. Maybe we'll do some breathing exercises. Okay, so before I get into anyways, that's my story. This is the Goonies Never Say Die board game. I'd never heard of this thing or seen it or knew of its existence until this past Father's Day. I got it as a gift from my family, and I was like, man, that's like the coolest thing I've ever seen, because I love the Goonies. If you're a kid who was alive in the 80s, or even if you're not and you happen to have seen the Goonies, I don't know how you don't love that movie. Like, let me tell you about the first time I saw Goonies. I was like on vacation with my family, my family growing up, and we were camping somewhere in Minnesota, and it was rainy, so we had to figure out something to do. So we went to this movie theater, like in the middle of nowhere, Minnesota, I think, and the Goonies was playing, and we went to that, and I was just like, man, that is the greatest thing I've ever seen in my life. I mean, let me give a quick synopsis without like too many spoilers, but basically there's these 4 kids here. There's a couple other sort of other characters that are relevant to the story, but the main protagonists are the 4 boys, and they're living in Astoria, Oregon, which if you've ever been, you'll see this rock structure in the ocean there, and their house is about to be, or one of their houses, actually I think multiple of their houses, but it's really Mikey, who's played by Sean Astin, and his house is about to be purchased, like against their will, like foreclosed or something, by a real estate developer, and so, you know, they're kind of maybe forced to move, but they find in the attic this little thing, little like sort of token, and then a map that, you know, is about buried treasure that, you know, has long been rumored to exist in that area, and nobody's ever found. And yeah, so anyways, long story short is they go on this great adventure to find it, and it's just, I don't know, it's just fantastic. It's absolutely fantastic. Most of the sort of the adventure occurs like in long hidden underground caverns, like tunnels and stuff, you know, with booby traps and all sorts of hazards, and it's like, I think it's that aspect of being like underground for this adventure that makes it just seem like, on the one hand, I mean, it's pretty far-fetched, because like whoever created these caverns was supposed to be a pirate back in the 1600s or whatever. So you know, it's like, would it ever really exist in, you know, physical reality? Probably not, but it could exist, right? Like, it's just a cavern underground. So it's like you're saying to yourself as a kid, like, man, I bet a cavern like that exists, and I can go find buried treasure. And yet it's not like science fiction, you know. It's not like you're in space, or, you know, there's zombies or anything. Like, it's all within the realm of possibility, even though it's far-fetched. I mean, it's a movie, right? It's supposed to be. So you're just like, God, what a fantastic world we live in, where one can find an underground like cavern with booby traps and like huge obstacles, and crazy killer octopuses, which, by the way, was from a scene that they cut out, but has been found. You can find it on YouTube. It wasn't in the actual movie. But anyways, that's why I love this. I love this movie. Always have. It's a Steven Spielberg movie too, so it's pretty, you know, kind of high budget and you know, well produced. So yeah, I just wanted to show this because I've not opened this, as you saw when I did the seal, and I'm not gonna really like play it or anything, but I just wanted to see the stuff in it. Maybe read the instructions. Here's a thing. I don't know if you can see this here. It's like a, oh, this is the map. This is the map, you guys. It's kind of hard cardboard though. It's pretty thick. It's like a thick sports card kind of thickness. So I guess you have this map. I feel like none of the words on here are actually legible, or they're not in English. So like that doesn't mean anything. There must be something you do with this. Oh, here we go. I guess the back is what matters. It's got the reference and instructions. It's funny. I feel like they could have put this on not non-cardboard, just paper, right? So it's like an actual map. Interesting. And then we have an adventure guide. Oh, okay. So this is kind of like Dungeons and Dragons, where there's a I forget what they call it in Dungeons and Dragons, but there's like this one dude who's the dungeon master or whatever. This has a Goondocks master. So I guess here, I'll read this here. The Goondocks master plays cards and controls foes to keep the Goonies from winning and to complete the GM objective. Move the sand tokens down the hourglass. The GM is also responsible for setting up rooms and providing the Goonies with information as detailed in the adventure guide. The GM should read through the adventure they're about to play so they know what to expect. Interesting. So I guess there's different adventures that one has to... Yeah, so this is Adventure 1, Lighthouse Lounge. Adventure 2 will all be flat. Adventure 3, Inferno. I don't know what that means. Because like these other two sort of map to the movie, right? Like the finding the cafe by the lighthouse. And then this is kind of in the underground sort of cavern. At one point they have to play like an old organ, the right notes. And there's a joke that says, if we don't get that note right, we'll all be flat. And the Inferno, I don't know what that refers to. I don't remember an Inferno. Back on the beach. Wow, so we get to read all this. This looks pretty exciting, guys. So unfortunately, this game is going to be too like advanced. Oh, there's more adventures. Hey, you guys. Okay. The Siren's Eye. Make a Wish. Lost Appetite. So it's different adventures than the first Goonie. Alright. Exciting, you guys. I want to see these game pieces. Instructions. Man, there's a lot of literature in this, you guys. This feels like there's no way in heck I'm going to play this with my kids. Yes, this is a description of everything. Game setup. I gotta say, I don't play a lot of board games, and often when I do, I'm always like sort of wishing that the instructions were more simple than they tend to be, just because I don't want to invest. Usually, like, I'll open a game and expect to be playing it within 5 minutes. But sometimes that's not helpful. Or possible, I should say. Let's take a little drink here of our bye. So here we've got a bunch of pieces. They just get punched out there. Ooh, look at that. Merfolk Octopus Temple. Interesting. So they're making like reference to this octopus in this game, even though it didn't get cut from the movie. All right. Let's see. We got riddle cards. These are pretty thin cards. These are sort of standard playing card size cards. Goonies round, start a round. I don't know what those are. And here are, I think these are thicker. Yeah, these are like thick cardboard cards. look at the game pieces. Here we've got little kind of round, like chips. They have little slots on them. I imagine there's something that goes in there. Probably cards. We've got several sets of dice. Man, this is... this game seems pretty thorough, pretty complicated. These have bones on 3 sides, nothing on 2 sides, and a little skeleton. Okay. Interesting. And then we got some some sort of non-square die or non-cubic dice. So these are 8-sided dice. Sorry if you can't see. Can it focus? Can it focus? There we go. Oh, almost got. There we go. So it's like a cross there. Single bone. More skull. Yeah. Strange. This game feels very complicated to me. What do you guys think? Maybe it's much more simple in practice. I kind of feel like I have to read 3 books to figure out even how to play this game, so getting other people to figure it out might be more than I can convince anybody. So yeah, again, more single and crossbones and skeleton heads. Skeleton face, I guess is what I mean. Now this is kind of the cool part. The little characters. Actually, I'm gonna zoom in here, I think, instead of oopsie. Okay. I keep holding up the figures, hopefully. So these are the character figures. That, my friends, that is One-Eyed Willie, the pirate who created this whole adventure by building the caverns and storing his... Okay, I do still have to hold it up. Can't win. Maybe I'll just keep it down here. Put my hand so you can see it a little better. These are the Fratellis, Mama Fratelli and the Fratelli Brothers. The younger brother is... Actually, I think his older brother is played by Joey Pantaleone. Of many, many other things. This is the octopus. Boy, he really is in this thing. Very proud of it. Who is this? This is Mikey, I think. Yeah. Alright, I gotta hold these guys up. You gotta see the detail. Which is not much, but that's Mikey, I think. This is Data. He's got that like coat and a backpack. Keeps his inventions. Data is he's like an Inspector Gadget almost. He's got all these inventions that do all sorts of stuff, and they all don't really work. This is oh God, what's his name? This is he's played by Corey Feldman. I can't remember his name, but he's kind of the Mouth is his name. He's sort of the kind of like cocky attitude character. And this is Sloth, who they have he's one of the Fratelli brothers actually, but they chain him up and they keep him in a room by himself because he's like malformed, some kind of genetic issue or something with him, and ends up working with the protagonist to... Wait a minute, that's Sloth. Who's that? Oh, that's Chunk, I guess. Yeah, okay. I wasn't really thinking of scale until I saw this guy, but clearly he's much smaller than Sloth. So Sloth is the guy with the genetic mutation. This is Chunk. He's the sort of comic relief. He's sort of a beefier kid that they make do a thing called truffle shuffle, where he pulls up his shirt and wiggles his belly around, and he's got some real comic relief parts in the movie. And then these are like all extra bags. I guess maybe for the no, that wouldn't really fit in there. I was gonna say for the cards. I don't know why you need extra bags. I guess maybe just in case you lose them, lose stuff. Huh. All right. Well, where did that? There it is. I guess start bringing like a box cutter or something to open things like this. Let's see what we got here. I'm not gonna actually like figure out how to do this game because it'd take like forever. Anyway, I don't have forever right now. So these are giant cards with all the characters that I just went over. Kind of move this up. Well, let's move this up here. All right, we've got Mikey. So he's got, this is like, you know, RPG kind of stuff here. You can see how, I don't know exactly how these work, but I guess you gotta get different dice rolls to, I don't know, do things that require strength, dexterity. Search. Jerk alert. Hopefully all you guys have seen Goonies. If you haven't, boy, what a treat you're in for. Wait until it's a rainy day. And it's a little bit stormy outside. And, anything might happen. I don't know, yeah. So I guess you probably get that one of those if you play the character that those correspond to, would be my guess. Oh, man, I lost my... Almost lost my paper clip here. Let's see what we got here. What's some shuffling noise? I don't know if I can do this like super lightly, especially when these cards are so stiff because they're new. The fact that these all say GM on them makes me think these are cards that like the Goonie Master pulls or to determine the path of the game somehow. This is like the worst shuffling ever, but I don't really want to like bend these cards all that much. Alright, let's read some of these. Abrupt cave-in. Falling boulders, they're coming. Yes, these just kind of tell what happens. Seems to be like a direction card. Actually, there's lots of these. I don't know if they're supposed to be randomly in there. I guess I'll have to read. Yeah, I don't know. This seems like, you know, I kind of worried that maybe this game was just a, you know, attempt to free ride off the brand and popularity of the Goonies, but I don't know, it seems to be pretty sophisticated. I don't know if that's a good thing, but somebody put some effort in this thing. This is made by Funko, which is a company, I don't know if they do board games. A lot. If you're a board game player, you would know that, but my main awareness of Funko is from they do like figures, and like, you know, toys and stuff, collectibles, or like from a lot of older stuff. So yeah, I don't know if they would, you know, kind of be borrowing from other games they have if they do publish games. So that might explain why this is so sort of detailed. Maybe they just like kind of took a game, kind of like how you remember how Super Mario Brothers 2 was actually like it was just basically a rebranded like version of another game that had existed in Japan, and they slapped the Mario characters onto it and then sold it to the U.S. and probably European markets. Did you guys know that? I knew that because like Super Mario Brothers 2 I actually really loved, but it was a game that was very different than the other Super Mario Brothers. I wouldn't say very, but it's different enough that you felt like, wow, this stands out. And then I learned later that that's because it was actually a totally different game before they put the characters in. But I really liked Super Mario Brothers 2. I actually like to play that game still if I have on like an emulator. Yeah. Well, I don't know. I think that's kind of all I want to do with this right now. Just kind of show you this. I hope if you're a Goonies fan, you'll consider checking this out. And I hope if you have actually played this game, you'll comment and tell me if it's like fun. I'm not sure when I'll have a chance to play it, just because like I don't really, you know, see a whole lot of other people right now, except my family, and my kids are too young for this. So, yeah, I don't know when I can get a group together for this, but it'd be fun. Especially if anybody has seen the movie. So, alright, well, hope you guys enjoyed this. Maybe put these in some bags. Let's see what happens. I'd love to hear your feedback on this game in particular, or this video and this kind of content. This is, again, this is only the second video on this channel. I'm trying to like just pump out videos on this because I know a lot of people have been waiting for me to do this channel, and I want to reward them with some content. And I've got, you know, and the great thing about this channel is that, you know, like on my other channel, which is about sports cards, I kind of feel like I have to open a box of sports cards, which those things are very expensive to do a video, whereas this, you know, I already had this, so this didn't cost me anything. I don't know if it was interesting to anybody. If you're a Goonies fan, I feel like this was interesting though, because like I would be very interested to see this if anybody else had done this. But I, you know, lots of other things, lots of other toys and stuff that I maybe would want to open and show you guys. Maybe I'll play some video games. Who knows? Possibilities are endless, you guys. And then, yeah, you know. Let's see here. Can I fit everything back in? I think I can. Like that. Yeah, this goes on top. So that was exciting. I'm glad I've been wanting to look at this. Because it's just sort of been sitting on a shelf since I got it. I was really excited to see like what was inside and what it seemed like the gameplay is like, and yeah, it seems pretty cool. There's kind of everything you get there. Pretty sweet. Wow, look at that. I didn't know this. Funko game is from Everett, Massachusetts. I played some baseball in Everett back when I lived in Boston. You know, it's one of the kind of suburbs of Boston. So that's fun. Alright, well, thanks everybody for tuning in. Really appreciate it. Please like and subscribe. This video really needs to, you know, have everybody like if you enjoyed the content, so YouTube will recommend it to other folks, and hopefully we can build an audience. So thanks so much, everybody. Stay relaxed, and we'll catch you next time.